Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your experiences below in the comments. All right, so I am finishing up on our repeating digits. All right, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 5 6s here. Just so you guys know, from 11:26 to 12:26, I will be doing angel number readings for 11:26. So definitely contact me if you guys would like a personal angel number reading. All right, so let's see what we got here. 5 times 6 is 30, right? So we're talking about something that has to do with communication. I'm also getting a relationship. So this is relationships for you in your community, with your with people you love, whatever the case may be. So let's go over at least what we have written on the cards. So for this 6, we have problem solving options, listen to intuition, work for stability in life, and then be grateful. Right? And then here, so we have 6 upright, it's harmony, balance, peace, family, compassion, generosity. Whereas in reverse is selfish, lack of compassion, and losing status. Okay, so we do have kind of a mix here. We do have an upright 6 in the middle, which I definitely believe that means something. So that means we have a 12 on each side, which is represented by the number 3 as well. So I kind of get this energy of 6 being in the middle of 3s. Okay, so I definitely get some kind of negative emotion, but negative communication. And so the negative communication may have led to negative emotion. And by negative communication, I basically mean miscommunication. That's how this is coming up to me right now. I'm not getting that anybody, I don't know why the word elusive is coming to mind. You guys are dealing with, like, it's almost like you can't, the connection to communication is kind of like it's losing you. So this is trying to explain something to somebody who's just not there yet. And sometimes you need to let it go. So as I understand it right here, there's only so much you can change, right? You being you, there's only so much that you can expect of others. There's only so much harmony and compassion you can insert into a situation before somebody else has to handle it for themselves. And so I'm really getting that energy here that you may not get everything you want, but something is going to come to fruition when it comes to this lack of communication. So, um, let's see here. We have the double 6s coming out negative over here. It's kind of like a 0 out, which is definitely giving a vibe of a block. Okay, so I'm getting that the communication hasn't been working because it has been blocked, because somebody is not willing to understand in the first place. And basically, this is wasting your time. I almost get that spirit is trying to teach you a lesson because you feel like you can fix everything. I do see, like, 6 is a very kind of like compassionate number, right? 6 strives for everything around them to be kind of like in this balance, in this harmony. And when it's not, it can be a little bit upsetting to the number 6. And then what I'm getting here is that you lose your focus on what you're supposed to be doing by focusing on balancing something out that you have no control over. A lot of you guys need to recognize that people are going to do what they want to do, right? Sometimes you can persuade people to do the thing that you believe is best for them. Again, you believe. You don't necessarily know what's best for somebody else. That's just not, you know, always true. And so that's something else that you have to recognize. I do get the feeling that somebody here is dealing with a lot of karma, and this may be something that is, again, very upsetting. At the end of the day, is a very it's a lot of negative communication here. And then there's also a block on communication, and I'm getting a block on relationships. Some of you guys who have been seeing all these sixes may be trying to pursue a relationship with somebody that you totally and completely need to cut off. Okay. We got that here. Whoa. Okay, look, I saw the scissors in there too, and they just came out. Trying to hold on to something that needs to be let go of. What is this? And this kind of looks like maybe like a salamander or something. Okay. Salamanders do represent like fire and tarot, right? So let's review the sixes that we have. One, this first one that I pulled, be grateful. Um, this right here, work for stability in life, be grateful, is definitely a vibe that you guys do need to take a step back and just take inventory of everything that is there, right? This almost looks like a little bird, but it's also giving like baby vibes, right? So this is like you guys have to start over. And this is like a mindset, not necessarily like starting over on a job or getting a new house or whatever the case may be. But a childlike mind is a mind that is open to everything, right? Open to opportunities. And in that openness, you guys will receive messages from your guides. All right, so with this six here, we have the six with the salamander coming up in reverse. There's been a lot of movement that has just been moving in the wrong direction. Now, this isn't necessarily what you want or what you have been pushing, but there has been a lot of movement in the wrong direction. So, what I'm getting is like somebody going the wrong way and you're chasing behind them, trying to protect them from going the wrong way. Well, that's the way in which they want to go. So, allow people to make their own mistakes. You're not doing anybody any favors by trying to protect them from mistakes. All you can do is be like, hey, I don't think that you should move into that apartment complex. Look, everything on here says they have roaches. You know what I'm saying? If they still want to move there because they feel like that's all they can get, hey, that's their lesson in life. You see what I'm saying? And so, again, you don't necessarily, even though we know people's situation from the outside, we don't know how that experience is affecting them internally. So sometimes you have to sit from a place of understanding, like, hey, this person is going through something, and maybe I don't understand it completely. But as somebody who cares and as somebody who loves them, I'm definitely not going to force them to do something that they're not ready for. Because, you guys aren't baby birds, right? You're not there to push people out of the nest, right? I feel like that is the message. That is so hilarious. So, you guys know that in order to help birds fly, their moms are going to push them out of the nest until they, get their wings or whatever the case may be. So now we have this bat here, and I have established early on that this is your energy, right? So bats are very, they're nocturnal animals, but it's kind of like this shift, right? Because I almost feel like a bat is kind of like a bird, but so much different, right? It's like they have wings, but they're so good. They're like flying mice. I don't know, y'all. Bats kind of gross me out a little bit, but That's neither here nor there. They are animals, part of the circle of life. You feel me? So, um, bats. Okay, so what I'm getting with that is that there may be some kind of part of yourself that you haven't come into full acceptance of. I saw this post today that said you need to learn how to accept your dark side. You need to learn how to work with your dark side because you don't want it working against you. Once you fully accept that you have like this darkness in you, then you can find ways to express it where it doesn't harm, but in fact, it brings light. Okay, and that is for you to decide how you want to bring light to a situation of darkness. But it's definitely very important that it is done, right? So next we have the crab, right? I always get these confused, the crab. And it's okay, so it's we have this situation where we have this like outer shell, right? But being very soft inside. So this is something again that you may not have come to terms with, that you can be a very sensitive person, and that when people say certain type of words, that it does in fact hurt you, it harms you, it hurts your feelings, whatever the case may be, and that is definitely it's definitely okay to be honest with yourself about your feelings. There's nothing good comes out of hiding who you are and being dishonest with yourself. Sorry, y'all. I don't want to make y'all seasick. Okay. There's nothing to gain from not being honest. So make sure you guys are honest with yourself about the things that harm you in life, the things that hurt you in life. Stop holding on to things that no longer serve you. You guys are dealing with somebody who is very selfish, who has a lack of compassion. And look at that. They're on the losing end of things. So as their reputation and the things that they want in life deteriorate, they're going to start holding on to you, hanging on to you, trying to drag you down with them. So I definitely want you guys to be careful with that. So we're going to do runes today. All right, we're going to pick some runes and see what we get. Okay. Oh, let's flip that one over. All right, so we're going to start with this one. Okay. So this is Inguas, right? This one represents fertility. And it really does give the vibe of mom, but with the room, it's all about well-being, right? And I feel that heavy that you would like to bring your family together, bring some kind of peace, celebrate your heritage, celebrate your culture, celebrate what it means to be you, what it means to be included in this family, all those things like that. I do get that energy that that is really what's wanted. And spirit is able to bring you forward. Spirit is able to create this kind of inner peace, but you do have to be in a position to accept it. And sometimes that means letting go of certain expectations of other people that aren't you. All right. So this next one, wow. Okay, so the next one is Othala, which really does mean heritage. You guys are really having issues within your family. Um, Again, these are both great rooms, right? And they also represent your spiritual development, your spiritual legacy, spirituality in general, right? So I do think that is important to recognize. You are responsible for creating the new culture. Not only ridding yourself of these generational curses, i.e., not being listened to, being devalued, things like that. You are to push forward to help with those things in your family. But it's just like when you guys are, it's just like when you're dealing with somebody who's very, very toxic, right? You're not going to be able to teach them a lesson. The only thing that you can really do from, with the toxic situation is remove yourself from it. You're not going to clean it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if you put some dirty water in a water bottle, right? It doesn't matter how much water you add to it, it's still going to be genuinely toxic, right? You would have to replace that bottle of water, meaning you would have to pour so much water in it for so long in order to get the toxicity out of it that you have already created a new bottle, probably a couple already. So stop expecting that, hey, if I continue to pour light into the situation, it's going to come out. It's not. People who enjoy darkness are going to eat your light up until you do not have any more, okay? Yo, and when I tell you y'all getting all these good rooms, I love this for you. So Willow is about, it's a sun, it's a success, right? So this is also bringing me like enlightenment. This room falls into the 8 rooms that are about maturity, um, growth. So increasing maturity, increasing growth. And so this is all needed, right? Because we are breaking generational curses every day. And it's not enough to be like, oh, I grew up, I didn't beat my kids. I graduated high school. I wasn't a teenage mom. Oh, yeah, I, went to college and I broke this and I broke that. But a lot of our generational curses come from the way that we treat each other, from the way our parents treat us to the way their parents treated them to the way we pass that toxic shit down to our kids. And so right now, Spirit wants you to focus on breaking any of those generational curses, pointing them out, unless you are being honest, right? Not sugarcoating anything. But just being flat out honest, because the sugarcoating, I'm telling you, has not worked. I already know. It's threes all over the board. They're everywhere. So because of the toxic situation, you're not able to communicate clearly. So this is a situation that in order to have this success here, you really need to let go. Okay, so this one is Thursaz, right? I be messing up the names. Anyway, this one is Thursaz, and this one does represent like a thorn, right? Pain, conflict. You may be compelled to go into this situation with like, okay, I'm gonna fix this, I'm gonna fix that, I'm gonna I don't know. You're not gonna fix shit, right? What Spirit is saying right now is to focus your attention on protection, right? So how do you protect yourself? Whether it's oil, stones, prayers, sage. You guys need to protect your energy. Make sure you're not hanging out with people who are energy draining. It is just no good for you, and it's never going to be good. The problem is that it's not going to work out, right? When the journey is miserable, the end goal is not going to be great, right? When you are on a journey to do something, you should enjoy that journey. I'm not saying it's going to be all glam all the time. It's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's going to be work, but it shouldn't be all work, right? The journey that you take should be something that you love to do. All right, so we got IWise here, AWise, excuse me. Progress, movement, harmony. So the harmony that you desire, right? The conclusion and the kind of congruence. Because what I feel is that something's not meshing and you really want it to mesh, but it's not going to unless you cut it out, right? So it's almost like, yeah, if you're constantly chasing something, it's like always out of reach. It's just gonna be right there, but like never, you can never quite touch it. And that's really the energy that I am getting right now. So I am going to finish this up and I am going to grab a few cards. I'm feeling three. Let's see what comes out. So let's final message for those seeing 66666. Final message for those seeing 66666. Final message for those seeing 66666. Breaking them chains, baby. Look at that. Some people may be angered by this new energy. The Knight of Swords, I'm make sure y'all can see all that. The Knight of Swords is definitely giving an energy of somebody's not going to be happy with these changes, right? And again, y'all, it's not your problem, right? This is you right here. The Devil in reverse, breaking chains, breaking old patterns that were holding you back. And you see the Devil is coming out to a 6. 1 plus 5 is the number 6. All right, so I do want you guys to keep that in mind, that when you are breaking a hold, when you are breaking chains, right? This is letting go of things you've been holding on to. This is cutting off things that no longer serve you. This is learning your dark energy and experiencing it in a way that doesn't harm you. Okay, people are going to be angry about your growth. And right now, what I'm getting with let's see, all of these are spiritual development, right? Major spiritual development. This is maturity and growth, and this is the this has to do with like the physical plane. So what I'm getting here mainly is that you guys are going through a major spiritual upgrade in life, and this is supposed to motivate you to go in the way in which you need to go. With the Ace of Wands here representing 1, I do think that you guys need to learn how to represent yourself, learn how to put yourself first, and learn that there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that, okay? So that's all I have for this number, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and that you leave your experiences below in the comments, and I will see you next time.